Hey, how's it going, everybody? Hope you are having a great day. My name is Dave Shrein, and this is Jordyn Fetters, and we are coming to you today. Hi, Jordyn. We're coming to you today, and this is the very first inaugural episode of what we are calling The Facts, Online Business Questions Answered. And you'll get to know more about me, you'll get to know more about Jordyn, and you'll get to know more about the business that we run, Shrein Media, which started in 2014. We do content marketing, website development, website strategy, email marketing, social media marketing, content development. And one of the things we've been doing a lot of recently is live streaming. So Jordyn and I were talking. I said, Jordyn, we should actually do a show together just answering online business questions. She agreed. And so that's why we are here today. I'm really excited to be doing this with you, Jordyn. We've been practicing, we've been rehearsing, and here we are live for the very first time. How's your day going?
Pretty good. How's your day going?
My day's going fantastic, and I have to say, I like your shirt.
Thank you. I like your shirt.
Oh, thank you so much. Yeah, we got these printed. One of our clients is a branded apparel and merchandise company, and I was doing some work for them. I was writing up an ebook all about the power of branded merchandise and how you can create an amazing culture and how you can go way beyond just printing your logo on a shirt. And with all the marketing writing that I was doing, the sales copy I was doing, I was like, I actually believe this now. So I said to our illustrator, Zach, I said, hey, can you design a few shirts for us? We designed 3 different shirts, and each shirt had 2 different color choices, and everybody got to pick theirs. And so you picked the red female tee for the Shrein Media shirt, and you got one other one. What was the other one you got?
It's like a light gray. It's like yours, but it's a little bit lighter.
That's right. Oh, yeah. It's the light athletic gray, and it has this in blue and I think this in gray or backwards.
Yeah, something so like that.
I did this one, and I got the one that you were wearing. So I think we kind of have similar tastes.
Yeah, that's good.
So what we're going to talk about today is Instagram and predominantly hashtags. Instagram hashtags. That's going to be our main point of conversation. I think Jordyn froze there. Are you back with me?
I'm back. I'm back.
Okay, cool. There we go. I was getting nervous. We're going to talk about Instagram hashtags, and this is just going to be a really short episode where we're going to try to give you one actionable item that you can walk away with to begin improving your business online. We'll get into all sorts of questions as they come through. I think we have about 7 or 8 questions that we've prepped for the next several episodes, but the one we're going to do this week is Instagram and predominantly hashtags. Jordyn, you want to read the question that you have there?
Yeah, so with hashtags, I know on Facebook they don't really matter. Twitter, they are a little bit more important, and then Instagram, they are very important. I know that that's a huge way to reach your audience. So the big question is, where do you put the hashtags? Do you put them in the first comment, or do you put them in the caption under your picture? Does it make a difference to do it that way? Just kind of give me your insight on it.
Well, we have a little bit of a backstory with this, don't we? So you had started working for me in the last couple months, and why don't you tell everyone just what you post on Instagram? Because this was a relevant conversation to you. What's your Instagram story like?
Yeah, so I just recently in the last year started really getting into Instagram and really putting out content for my audience on Instagram. Mm-hmm. And I've been trying to, I do fashion blogging. So I have a blog, and I have people that go on my blog and they follow my posts and everything. But I have more people on Instagram that follow me on there. And it's kind of my way to reach a bigger audience. Yeah. I have a few people that are always looking at my posts and stuff, but I have a bigger audience on Instagram as of now. So I'm always looking for ways to, reach more people and get better, get more engagement, all of that fun stuff. And so recently I've been talking to some other bloggers about where to put hashtags, and I have always put them in my caption. But it's not very aesthetically pleasing to see all of those hashtags in the caption. Mm-hmm. And I was like, okay, so does it make a huge difference to put them in the caption, or if I can I just put them in the first comment? I had tried putting it in the comment. I didn't really see much of a difference. I when I first did it, I thought that maybe my likes went down, but I think that was just the algorithm changing on Instagram.
Because it was like within 3 or 4 days that the algorithm changed that you made that switch.
Yeah. So, so I was like, oh, I don't think that it's really that big of a difference. I think that I should just go back to the normal way. But I just think it was the Instagram algorithm thing changing. I don't think it makes that big of a difference, except for aesthetically wise.
Yeah.
It's a lot prettier, not to have it first comment.
It's a question that a lot of people answer, and so I'll answer the question, but then I'll get to something that's actually a lot more important. And this is something that the more important thing is something that you do really well, and it will be really instructive for a lot of people who really do see Instagram as being a valuable platform. So first and foremost, after doing a little bit of research on this, I found that it doesn't make a difference. I actually didn't know whether or not it made a difference. What I wound up doing was going out, researching different blogs, and recently Jen Herman, who is Jen's Trends on Instagram, she's great to follow if you're looking for Instagram influencers, people who do the research, are authorities on Instagram, really work hard to educate other people how to use Instagram effectively for their business, at Jen's Trends, JENNS, Jen's Trends. She said, exactly what you've been saying. First caption, or in the caption, first comment, does it make a difference? Well, in the beginning, it did make a difference aesthetically, like you were talking about, because Instagram did not used to truncate the caption. And what truncate mean is essentially if you have a 2-paragraph, 3-paragraph caption, it would show all of that, and then it would show all the hashtags at the bottom. So it just made it a little bit intrusive into the feed. It didn't really provide a whole lot of value, but it was a way to get found. So what you would do is you'd stop putting them in the caption, you'd put them in the first comment so that it would be truncated. You no longer have to share space with your image, your caption, and now hashtags. So that was one of the first reasons why it happened. Another reason why it happened in the beginning, and people would do it in the caption, and this may in the first comment as opposed to the caption, is because this actually made a huge difference. The hashtag searches would be generated based upon the most recent hashtag that had been placed. So you could post something today, 2 months from now, you could add that hashtag again and it would go back to the top of the feed. So you could get new life out of old posts. So rather than deleting your whole caption, you would just swipe to delete your first comment, which had all of your hashtags, type in your hashtags again, and then it would give that new life. And I actually experimented with this, and it worked. I would have a post that had 40 or 50 likes. I would delete the hashtag, which was in the first comment, and then I would do the exact same hashtags again, and all of a sudden I'd get 20, 30, 40 more likes on that post. So it really did work. Well, now with the Instagram algorithm changes, and it's always changing, and the fact that it's always changing just underscores the need for us to have our own websites. It underscores the need for us to have an email list so that we communicate. We control how we communicate with our audience, with our fans. But with this change, a couple things. First and foremost, a while ago, Instagram started truncating the caption. So now it doesn't matter if you have all these hashtags, because in the feed, you're only going to see the first few lines anyways. You have to click on the post to see the whole caption plus whatever's underneath. So that's changed. But what's also changed is that hashtags are now attached to the time that the post was actually made. So if you go back and you delete your hashtags and you post them again, it doesn't make any difference because the hashtags live on the same timeline as the post itself. So there's really no purpose now to putting your hashtags in the comment section as the first comment versus the caption. And I'll go one further. Instagram recently opened up to pro business users. Okay, so that's, the different companies out there that allow you to schedule. So have you heard of like Hootsuite? I think I set you up with a buffer. So we have a corporate buffer account for all of our clients that we manage social for. I gave you one of those accounts. Hootsuite, Later, I think it's later.com. There's all these different schedulers. They actually allow you to go in and now schedule directly to Instagram. So you don't have to log in real time. You can't use filters, and you cannot crop your photo if you're doing it that way. So there's still benefit to using the app in real time, but you can schedule them. I know for you, you're getting ready to be out of cell phone coverage, so you're wanting to schedule some of your posts to keep going. Well, it won't let you schedule the first comment. So now there's even more reason to put your hashtags in the caption, because if you're going to schedule it out and take advantage of not having to be there to use the app and schedule, go ahead, do your caption. You can do what a lot of people are doing, and I've been doing this: period, returns, period, return, period, return, period, return. Then put all your hashtags and then schedule it. And it will go out when you've scheduled it, as long as you're using a tool like Buffer. I think Hootsuite does it. Later is doing it. I'm not sure if Loomly, I think is what it's called. There's a bunch of them out there, but we use Buffer. We're a Buffer business. So does that make sense? I mean, that kind of gives some clarity. It kind of goes along with what you said you had been noticing. Is there anything I can clarify there, or did I do a good job?
You pretty much hit the head on the nail. So.
The nail on the head.
Yeah, the nail on the head, however you say it. Yeah, you got it.
I do it all the time. Well, let me follow it up with one more thing then. And this is something that I think you do well, but we would all do well to keep this on our radars. And that's the hashtag piece is a marginal piece. And what I mean by that is there's always things that are major difference makers, things that really, really matter to the life of your business, to the life of your social media, to the life of your website. Then there's a bunch of things that I call marginal things. And often these marginal things wind up being in the category of when's the best time to post? How long should my caption be? How many hashtags should I use? What hashtags should I use? Should I use filters or should I not? There's all these marginal things with a blog post. How long should my blog post be? Now, there's some rules and things like that to follow for SEO, but how long should my title be? How long should the first paragraph? There's all of these different, marginal things. And added up together, if you do every single one of them perfectly, it can make a difference. But if you're not, if you're focused on all this marginal thing and you don't pay attention to let the main thing be the main thing, you miss it all, because the margin is only going to help the strength of your main thing. And so that's why I say you do well at this. You work hard to, I don't know, do you have your phone there? Pull up your phone. Do you have your phone close to you? I think we got a little bit of delay. Did I break out there?
Yeah.
Do you have your phone close to you?
Yes.
Grab your phone and just pull up your Instagram account and see if you can show it up there. One of the things that Jordyn does really well is to actually put time and effort into her post, into planning her posts out, into giving, And so just kind of scroll through there so people can see. You see there's a similar theme. She's got a lot of bright colors. She has pictures of herself from different angles, but they all kind of feel like they're within the same vein. She does a really, really good job of making sure to invest the bulk of her time in the main thing. Yeah, that's great. It's fantastic. And what's your Instagram profile so people can follow you?
So it's at Simply Jordyn, so JORDYNS. So Simply Jordyn's. Yeah.
It's funny, we have another member on our team named Jordyn. So we've got Jordyn Duba, Jordyn Fetters, and so when I'm talking to Carlos, who's usually sitting right behind me here, when I'm talking to Carlos, I have to say Jordyn and Jordan, so he knows who I'm talking about. I guess I should just go to Duba and Fetters, but whatevs. It's all good. But what Jordyn does really well, and what we really need to focus on, is keeping the main thing the main thing. Don't get so caught up in hashtags. Don't get so caught up in caption descriptions and links. Don't get so caught up in the best time to post that you're investing more time in that area than you are in actually taking amazing photos. How do you do your photos? I'm actually curious about that, because sometimes it's funny. Sometimes I'll see you post something from Flagstaff. I'll be like, weren't we just hanging out yesterday? Is she in Flagstaff? So how do you kind of go about doing your stuff, and what have you found has been successful for you?
So for me, I'll schedule out like a day or two, every couple of weeks, and I'll take like 100 photos or, and I'll kind of get them down to my favorite like 10 or 15 photos. And then I will scatter them throughout a bunch of different days that I did photo shoots.
Uh-huh.
So it's not all grouped together. So you don't see like 20 photos from Flagstaff.
Yeah.
Or whatever. And I schedule them out. So they're more aesthetically pleasing. So you can see what they look like when they'd actually be posted.
Yeah.
That way my Instagram kind of has more of a theme to it. And I've noticed for me, once I started doing that whole theme thing, a lot of people started to follow me and really interested in what I was posting because it's more aesthetically pleasing to the eye. So before, when I was just kind of like, oh, I just need to post something.
Yeah, I need to get something out today because I haven't.
Yeah. I noticed that I wasn't getting as many likes. People were kind of following and then unfollowing because they just wanted me to follow them. That kind of thing. But now that I have really gotten down to how I want my feed to look, what kind of content I want to post, I have more of a consistent following, and people are, I feel like I'm building relationship with the people that follow me and the people that I follow. And I think that that's honestly the most important thing. Because then, they're genuine. It's a genuine audience. It's not just, people who are just like, oh, well, I'll follow her just to follow her. So
yeah, well, what you're speaking to there is something that I like to call the 80-20 rule, and this goes across the board, I think, just in business in general. But it's really helpful when we're talking about social media, because after all, it is social media. And the 80-20 rule that used to exist was you would on your Instagram, on your Twitter, on your Facebook, and actually it's before Instagram really became something like it is today, you would share 80% other people's content and 20% your content. And it made sense, right? Because we're here to share, we're here to be friendly with one another. But what I didn't like about that is I actually don't want to share 80% of other people's content because I actually want to promote my brand. I want to promote what I do. I don't want to share 80% of people who do what I do and their stuff and point them somewhere else. I want to draw them towards me. Because I need to have a business to run, because I can't feed my family on goodwill, right? So I didn't like that rule, and it was always confusing. Well, I've come up with a new 80-20 rule, and this is what I go by, and it really speaks to what you were just talking about in terms of the engagement and the relationship. 20% of the time, you focus in on sharing your stuff, on promoting your stuff. The 80% of your time, you go out and engage in other people's stuff. So instead of spending 80% just promoting your stuff, 80% just putting your stuff out there, what you're going to do is you're going to say, look, if I'm going to give an hour here, or let's just do 80 minutes because I'm not good at math. If I'm going to give 80 minutes here, right, or 100 minutes, let's do 100. There we go. 80% of my time, 80 minutes, needs to be dedicated towards scrolling through Twitter and commenting on other people's posts. 80% of my time needs to be in Instagram, going through, liking posts, following the people that I think are genuinely going to add value to my feed, and making them feel awesome in the comment section. If I'm going through Facebook, 80% of my time needs to be spent clicking on somebody's blog post that they wrote, hopping over to their website, scanning through their blog post. If it's something that I can add value to, read it, leave a comment, and then bump back in. The other 20% is me crafting my social media, putting it out there, and trying to draw people into what I'm doing. I think that's an 80-20 rule that really speaks to the heart of social media, but it doesn't forsake altogether the idea that you need to be there to promote yourself. Do you find yourself using any type of that structure? Is that something that makes sense, or how does that?
Yeah, definitely. So, before, when I was just kind of putting things out just to put things out, I was noticing that I really wasn't getting very much engagement. I wasn't getting what I wanted out of it. So I went and I, watched a ton of videos on how to grow, what to do, that kind of thing. And they said the same thing, you know. I personally, every day I'll go on to my recommended or the popular or whatever, that section, and I'll like and comment on 50 different photos. And then if I actually like that person and what they are posting, I'll go onto their feed and then I'll like a bunch of their photos and I'll comment on ones that I genuinely like. And then a lot of times I'll end up following them. And then some of their followers will see that, I'm following them or I'm commenting, and then they'll follow me. I also do something, sometimes, I don't do this every Friday, but I'll do a thing called Follow Friday, and I'll take a picture, like a screenshot of somebody's feed, and I'll be like, and I'll say what I love about their feed.
Yeah.
I love the colors. It's so aesthetically pleasing to look at. They have great content. I love, I follow a lot of fashion bloggers because that's what I like. So I love their style. They have such a cute family, whatever. And then a lot of times people will end up doing that for you.
Yeah.
They'll realize like, oh, wow, this person really likes my stuff and I really like their stuff. Because I feel like a lot of times when you like somebody else's page, you kind of have the same thing going on, Yeah. So for me, it's helped a lot. You can really pick up speed that way, definitely. But it's a very organic way to kind of engage with your audience.
You're hitting the nail on the head. I mean, people can sniff out phoniness. People can sniff out just token. People can sniff out flippant. And we know who those people are. They go in, they give you a thumb, and they say, you're on fire. And it's a picture of, it's a picture of, my kid, right? And it's like, that doesn't add value to anything, and I'm not going to look at your profile. But when somebody goes in and they say something like, oh my goodness, what a cute smile. I love the background too. We have a place like that in our state. All of a sudden, I'm like, who is this person? And why are they commenting? So you go, you check out their feed, and you see, oh man, we're kindred spirits. We have like taste. Or maybe it's just a one-off. Maybe they represent some, an organization, and they're just leaving comments. So maybe I won't follow them. But I went and I checked it out, and that's really that is really what I hear you saying there, is to go in, be genuine, interact with the things that you really like. I do something called Twitter mining, and I do something called Instagram mining, and it's something that I teach all of the students that I have and who I coach in online business. And so it basically is going through. There's a methodical way we do it. Maybe we'll go into that sometime in the future in a future episode. But we go through and we find people who we believe that we can help, and we find people who we believe would actually appreciate the types of things we offer, and we appreciate the things they offer. So we go through and we Twitter mine, and we leave genuine comments, and we leave genuine engagement on their feed, on their posts, back at their website, so that they know, hey, we're watching you, we see you, and we're not just trying to get your attention. We're actually looking at the hard work you've put in. Well, this has been great, Jordyn. I really appreciate that we've had, just a great conversation on one specific topic. I'm looking forward to doing this again in the future. I know you have several questions. What are a couple other questions that you have written down that maybe we'll be talking about in future episodes?
So one of them is picking a niche and, making money off of that niche, how to pick one that will help you earn an income. And then building your audience and engaging with your audience. And we kind of touched on that today. That was a big one. And then also growing your brand as, a blogger or a business owner or whatever you're doing. What's the steps to growing a brand? So.
Yeah. I'll tell you what, I've got another one that I want to add too. I posted this on my personal Facebook page, so if anybody's watching and you want to hop over on my personal Facebook page, I'll put a text up here before we're done, just pointing to the places where people can find us. But I put it on my personal Facebook page, and I want to read it. So everybody bear with me. This makes for great television, by the way, or great video, right? Let me get my phone and look down and let you stare at the top of my head. Right here, I did this, a couple days ago. So, and I posted a link to where people can get, where'd it go? OMG. There. Where people can get, there's you, there's me, where people can sign up for notifications when we go live. But it's basically, the question is, I don't really have products, I can do pretty much whatever people need, meaning like I'm a jack of all trades. I feel like if I start to define and create products, I'll lose out on business for other things that I can do. Meaning if I just say that I can do websites, I'm going to lose out on people who know that I can do logos. How should I handle this part? And so that's another area that we'll start talking about, is how to structure your business, how to handle things like pricing. We're going to talk about things like sale. We're going to talk about a lot of different things that really cut to the heart of why people get stuck launching their online business and what they need to do to get unstuck and move their business forward. So I'm really looking forward to it. What I'm going to do now is I've got a little tool here we use Ecamm Live to broadcast. So if anybody's like, OMG, what are they using to broadcast? It's Ecamm Live. So it's simply Simply Jordyn's. Simply Jordyn's.
Yes.
Did I spell? Okay. There we go. You won't be able to see it. Simply Jordyn's. And then I've got another one here. New text. And this would be mine, Dave Shrein. And then look who just came in. We're live, Carlos.
Oh, are you?
We are. Say hello to everybody.
Hey,
Hey! We're in the
yes.
twinsies, and look at twinsies. Except
Dave?
I'm wearing. I know, right? I'm wearing white shoes. That's so funny. At Dave Shrein is my Instagram handle. It's also my Twitter handle, and you can go Dave Shrein, Facebook.com/Dave Shrein. And then the last one, we've been spending a lot of time investing in the Shrein Media Instagram, and so I've been really happy with all the work that we've done, but folks can check that out at Shrein Media on Instagram and follow and engage. And if you guys have any questions, you made it this far, you have any questions, put them in the comments section and we will be sure to address them in a future episode. Jordyn, that's all that we've got. Any last words?
It's been good. It's been fun.
Good. I will agree with that. Thanks so much for being here. Guys, thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time on the Facts Online Business Questions Answered. Have a great day.